Millz Young here. Who's ready to bet on UFC? Me. That's who. So I'm back. I'm about to be going over the whole UFC card for you guys this week. We got 11 fights to talk about. Rafael Fiziev takes on Martins Gamrot in the main event. Last week, man, we had a good event out. We had Alexa Grasso taking on Valentino Shevchenko for UFC Mexico Noche card. Man, let me know. Was that main event a draw? What did you guys think? One of the judges gave Grasso a 10-8 round in the last one that everybody was debating, saying there's no way that's a 10-8 round, man. Besides that, we would have had another new champion, but it ended in a draw. So let me know what you guys think, man. Was the main event the right call? Did y'all think Valentino won? Did y'all think Grasso won? Hey, and let me know how you guys did last week, man. Over here, not bad on our predictions, man. We ended up going 9-3, so, made some decent money, but left some money on the board on some of the plays and pays to get paid. So this week, man, we ain't stopping. We're hitting the bookies over the head. Bookie knockout killer is here. Millz, bet UFC with me? Let's get it on. All right, first fight of the night. Who we going to be looking at? Monster at Rendon making our UFC debut, taking on Tamir's Vidal. Tamir's Vidal is a big favorite. 2-1 favorite on here. Monster Rendon, we don't know too much about her. We know she came from the Invicta scene, before she got here. 5-0. I don't know, man. 2-1 favorite for Dow. I'm not telling y'all to parlay her in here. I think the dog's going to be a little bit live in here. I'm not putting my money on neither of these fighters, but the pick, I'm going to go ahead and say Vidal gets it done. Next fight on the card, Maziki Inawal takes on Hannah Gody. All right, so Inawal, we haven't seen her fight in about like 2 years, man. She's been off with the injury, okay? But she's opening up a big favorite against Hannah Gody. She's a -300 on the books against Hannah Gody, who hasn't been able to get a win since, I don't even know. But yeah, man, she's pretty much 0-3 in her last 3 fights out here. Short physique type of girl, she's going to be trying to get those kicks off, to close the distance and range. Good wrestler and grappler, but sometimes, she's not always there in the fights, like trying to go forward and fight. She has an OnlyFans site that seems like she's making a lot more money on instead of UFC. I think Inoue gets this one done in this one. Next fight on the card, it's going to be a banger, man. Banger, banger, banger. Big boys, heavyweights at that. Jake Collier, 13 wins, 9 losses, taking on Muhammad Usman, 9 wins and 2 losses. Muhammad Usman's the favorite in here. -140. Come back on Jake Collier, about a +115 out there. Muhammad Usman's been able to get 2 wins in the UFC so far since winning the UFC Ultimate Fighter. Jake Collier, man, he's like 0-3 in his last couple of fights out. Used to fight at middleweight, blew up to heavyweight. He's one of those guys, though, that could push the pace. A lot of value when he's striking. Muhammad Usman is horrible at striking. I mean, he doesn't hit anything and he doesn't throw anything, but he can go for wrestling takedowns and use his upper body strength to kind of outmuscle guys in here. If you ask me, man, I think Muhammad Usman wins, but I think the dog could be out the cage in here, man. If this one gets extended and if Jake Collier is in shape, the volume that he can put up in these rounds are crazy, man. He goes for over like 35 punches in every first round of his last couple of fights. Muhammad Usman, he has fights where he hasn't even thrown 35 punches in the whole 15 minutes. So, the pick is Usman. But if you guys are looking to bet a dog on here, Jake Collier might be the dog out the cage. Next fight on the card, taking place in the middleweight division. Jacob Malkoun, 7 wins, 2 losses, taking on Cody Brundage, 8 wins, 5 losses. Jacob Malkoun, big favorite, 500 favorite at that, 5-1 favorite. Last time out, he fought Brendan Allen, wasn't able to get the decision, but a lot of people in the MMA world thought that he won the fight. Now, he's getting a step back down now, man. Cody Brundage, man, he's been on like a losing streak, man, for as long as I can remember. Last fight out against Cedric Dumas, wasn't able to get it done. Kept pulling for guillotine. Now in this one, he's taking this fight, and I think Jacob Malkoun's going to win inside the distance in this one, man. Doesn't have any finishes, but I think this is going to be the first fight that Jacob Malkoun's going to be able to finish Cody Brundage. I'm going to go ahead and say he finishes him in a late 2nd round, early 3rd round, ground and pound stoppage. So let's go ahead and get that one done. Next fight on the card, we got a banger. Still going on in the prelims, welterweight division. Andre Fiallo, 16 wins, 7 losses, taking on Tim, the Dirty Bird Means, 32 wins, 15 losses, 1 draw. Andre Fiallo is opening up the big favorite on here, minus 165 on the books out there. Tim Means, we all know, man, he used to fight and used to be one of the names to where we used to say, hey, man, I like to watch him fight. But really, I never really did. I wasn't one of the ones that said, oh, man, tune me into the Tim Means, I'm betting on him. I always bet against him, and I think I won money every single goddamn time. I never lost money ever betting against Tim Means, and I never bet on him. And this one, Andre Fiallo, man, his chin's a little bit questionable. So if he gets touched, he can go down. Tim Means only usually loses to people that could submit him. Can Andre Fiallo get Tim Means down to the ground? I don't know, man. People's giving Tim Means the underdog shot of the week. I'm not there with it. I think Andre Fiallo is going to be able to get this one done. So for me, the pick is Fiallo, to get this one done. I'm just not believing in the underdog Tim Means at this stage of his career. But, hey, Tim Means is a dog, though. I will give him that, though. Next fight on the card, still taking place in the prelims, man. Bantamweight division, man. Dan Argueta, 9 wins, 1 losses, opening up a minus 180 favorite, taking on Miles El Chapo Johns, 13 wins, 2 losses. All right, man. So when it comes down to it, man, Miles Johns is one of the guys that I know a lot about, man. I've been betting him and backing him now for the last 3 years in the UFC, okay? And, I got to take the wins with the wins, got to take the losses with the losses. The main thing is this, man. When he's out there on his game plan, going for takedowns and wrestling, he's in this top tier. But a lot of times he's out there trying to strike with fighters and act like he's, can stay on the feet and do the same thing. He's a complete dominant wrestler. He was able to get that win last time out against Vince Morales. He was on the short end of the stick against John Castaneda now before that. And then he had 2 other wins in the UFC over other opponents that really ain't worth mentioning, though. So I take my wins with my losses and everything, and I got to roll them out. Dan Argueta showed what he can do in the UFC in a short amount of time. Took a short fight notice with Damian Jackson, put up a war in there. Then came back and was able to get a win in his next fight out to show that, hey, man, he actually does deserve to be here. So, in this fight, Dan Argueta is going to be pushing a heavy wrestling game plan. I'm going to be taking the underdog in this one, man. Miles Johns at an underdog price in here. I got to take the price, man. It's one of my guys. And like I said, I've been betting him and backing him. He only has 2 losses. And I guarantee those 2 losses, I bet on him, man. So, hey, he won more money than he did losing. I'm taking Miles Johns. I think, hey, he can use his takedown defense to stop Dan Argueta a little bit and keep it on the feet. Hey, it's going to be a little bit more competitive and mix in a couple of takedowns. Give me the El Chapo, Miles Johns to get it done. I think the dog's out the cage in this one. I say he wins by decision at that. Nah, F it. Let's go ahead. 3rd round KO, Miles Johns gets it done. All right, next fight on the card. Main card, banger alert, banger alert. Charles Air Jordan, 14 wins, 6 losses, 1 draw, taking on Ricardo Ramos, 16 wins and 4 losses, man. Charles Jordan seems like, man. All right, let's get down to the gambling odds on this, though. He's the minus 145 favorite out there, okay? Ricardo Ramos is going to be the underdog, man. But Charles Jordan been giving us some entertaining fights the last couple of times out. He was able to get that win over Kron Gracie. Came on the short end of the stick against Nathaniel Wood and Shane Burgos. No wrong in that. Was able to get that win over Lana Venata. He Spartan kicked my boy Andrew Ewell, you know what I mean, to get that win. But he's one of those guys that's going to be out there giving you a lot of volume out there, striking, giving you everything, and, knees, uppercuts, flying knees at that. Ricardo Ramos, sometimes he's a wrestler. Sometimes he's a spinning elbow practitioner and striking with you. I like Ricardo Ramos, though, man. I like his game plan that he does try to go with in some of his fights. And that's when he's doing a wrestling game plan and trying to take you down and submit you with some jiu-jitsu. In here, though, if it stays on the feet, if he gets hit a couple of times, man, he can maybe collapse. But can't we all? If you ask me, I think the dog's out the cage in this one. But this is a fight to where I think both fighters are good. And I think the price tag is good on both fighters. Meaning that if you're getting Jordan at that price, hey, that's a good price, a good bet for you. I'm not mad at that. if you're betting on Ricardo Ramos as an underdog in here, I think, this could be one of those things to where, we look back at it and say, dang, he was a plus 125 underdog to Jordan. Maybe later on, if he makes it look easy, like I think he can. I think the dog's out the cage in this one. Give me Ricardo Ramos in that one. Next fight on the main card, Bryan Battles, 9 wins, 2 losses, taking on AJ Fletcher, 10 wins, 2 losses. Bryan Battle won the Ultimate Fighter, and now, he's over here, going to be fighting AJ Fletcher, who pretty much is a fighter, I think, who should have been on the Ultimate Fighter. Okay, Bryan Battle looked awesome his last time out. Starching Gabe Gonzalez in the first round. What did he do? He walked out to Meek Mill, and he had the performance of his life. So what does he need to do again? Walk out to Meek Mill, and you will have another performance of the night. AJ Fletcher's a good wrestler, though. If it comes down to it, AJ Fletcher has a lot of ways to win. Bryan Battle struggles with takedowns. If you could get Bryan Battle down on the ground, that's your path to victory on here. But I like Bryan Battle in this one. He's a minus 180 favorite. I think he gets it done in this one. So I really like Bryan Battle in this one. Next fight on the card, Marina Rodriguez taking on Michelle Waterson Gomez. Marina Rodriguez, minus 300 favorite, taking on Michelle Waterson Karate Hottie. This is a rematch of last time, man. I ain't even going to spend too much time on it. I think Marina Rodriguez gets it done. Co-main event time. Thug Nasty, Bryce Mitchell, 15 wins, 1 losses, taking on Dan Ige. Okay, Bryce Mitchell opened up a minus 170. Now he's all the way up to a minus 220 favorite. Dan Ige, the comeback on him is a nice plus money price tag for the dog. Bryce Mitchell has everything he needs to win this fight. Takedown, wrestle, and takedown. Dan Ige struggles with takedowns. He got taken down 7 to 8, 9 times against Evolov in here. Bryce Mitchell, I think he's going to be able to get this one done, win by decision. Main event time. Banger alert, man. Banger alert. Rafael Fiziev, 12 wins, 2 losses. Going to be taking on Matisse Gamrot, 22 wins, 2 losses. Rafael Fiziev's a minus 150 favorite. Matisse Gamrot, big underdog in there. He can use that wrestling, tire Fiziev out, and get this fight into the later rounds. That's where he's going to be able to get this win. If it only goes 1 or 2 rounds, Fiziev has everything that he needs to put Gamrot out. But I think Gamrot's going to be using that heavy wrestling game plan and use those takedowns to get Fiziev tired and extend this fight. So I like the dog in this one. I think Gamrot's going to be out the cage. He's one of the guys that was one of my guys and still kind of is. So I'm going with my guy in this one. I'm going with my gut. Give me Matisse Gamrot, dog money. Dog odds. All right, now look, if you guys want to see what I'm betting on, my best bet, head on over to the site. You can't go wrong. I got everything up there for you guys. I'm going to have about 3 plays at least for here. So definitely you guys want to see what I got going for you guys. Now I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a parlay to get paid. Take Jacob Malkoun, parlay that, and then parlay that with Marina Rodriguez, okay? Bulletproof parlay to get you paid. All right. Besides that, Millz Young here, part of Pick Dawgz, man. Let me know what you guys are going to be betting on this week. We also got a Bellator card that's going on as well in Dublin, Ireland. So, I might have some bets on there as well. So going over the card real quick for the recap. First fight of the night, I'm taking Vidal. Second fight, Inoue. Third fight, Usman. Fourth fight, Malkoun. Fifth fight, Fiallo. Sixth fight, Johns. 7th fight, Dog. 8th fight, we go into battle. 9th fight, Rodriguez. 10th fight, Thug Nasty. 11th fight, give me the dog out the cage. Millz Young here, part of Pick Dawgz. Smash the like button out there for me one time. And hey, see you guys same time, same channel next week.